Barcelona officially opened the new Spotify Camp Nou, with Lamine Yamal and the team debuting the stadium in a special training session in front of over 20,000 fans. But what happened afterward left everyone in shock. An unexpected disaster marked the event, and you'll understand why this moment, meant to be a celebration, ended up sparking so much controversy. And there's more. The La Liga president sent a warning message to Barcelona and Real Madrid following the controversial El Clasico. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and find out everything that really happened at the Spotify Camp Nou. Barcelona had a sensational 2024-25 season, winning the domestic treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup, under the guidance of Hansi Flick. Flick is widely credited with bringing FC Barcelona back to the top of Spanish football, leading the team to the UEFA Champions League semi-finals. The success was capped by 3 club players being nominated for FIFA's 2025 The Best Award: Pedri, Rafinha, and Lamine Yamal. Lamine had his breakout season as a superstar, scoring 18 goals and providing 25 assists, earning Player of the Season and finishing as runner-up for the Ballon d'Or. Rafinha had a remarkable season, scoring 34 goals and recording 22 assists in 57 games, cementing his place among the world's top forwards. Pedri, finally injury-free, dominated the midfield, serving as the team's playmaker and reaffirming his status as an elite midfielder. Flick himself was nominated for FIFA's 2025 The Best Men's Coach Award, competing against Luis Enrique, PSG, Mikel Arteta, Arsenal, Enzo Maresca, Chelsea, Arne Slot, Liverpool, Javier Aguirre, Mallorca, and Roberto Martinez, Portugal. FC Barcelona president Joan Laporta experienced an emotional day at the reopening of Spotify Camp Nou for a historic open training session. After nearly 900 days without fans in the stadium, the event represented both nostalgia and renewal for Barca supporters. Laporta, visibly delighted, told the club's official media that he felt pride and relief at the moment. "I am very happy because this process has taken nearly 15 years since 2010, when I finished my first term as president. We needed to turn the plans on paper into reality so that this dream could come true. For years, nothing happened in terms of physical construction, which is why we believed it was essential for the economic, financial, and sporting viability of Barca to have the new Spotify Camp Nou." Laporta credited the success of the new stadium to financial partnerships, especially with Goldman Sachs, which believed in and funded the project even during a difficult period for the club. He highlighted his pride and gratitude for the work of all Barca departments and the dedication of generations of fans, stating that the new stadium will be a legacy for the future and the best stadium in the world. Currently, the club has permission to host 27,000 spectators, awaiting a new license to increase capacity to 45,000, which could allow the official return as soon as the match against Athletic Club on November 22nd. Laporta also emphasized the economic benefits, saying the new Camp Nou will triple the club's revenue and help meet budget goals. The full construction, excluding the roof, is expected to be completed by the end of 2026. In closing, the president celebrated the emotional and sporting impact of the return. The players were impressed to be back in the stadium, and Laporta stated that Camp Nou represents a return to the future and the true home of Barcelona. For many of the team's players, especially the younger ones, it was their first time training at the new Camp Nou. Ronald Araujo said, "I'm extremely happy. It's great to be back at Camp Nou. To see how it has changed, it looks so beautiful, and especially with our fans here. It's really something wonderful. I got a little emotional. When we were on the bus, I told Luis, I'm excited to be back at Camp Nou. Everyone knows what this stadium represents and the admiration it inspires in everyone."
While Casado spoke about being an academy graduate who has never played at the stadium, Marcus Rashford is on the opposite end of the spectrum, having played at Camp Nou but not as a Barcelona player. "It was an incredible feeling. I think it's a fantastic stadium, and as you can imagine, when it's packed with fans, it will be unbelievable," he said about the atmosphere. "I can't wait to play here in front of our fans in matches," he added. Praising the fans for coming out and talking about the feeling of being on the historic pitch, the winger said, "It's great that they could come watch the first training session. The field is really amazing, and I'm very excited to play on it." Rashford's previous games at the stadium were, while he played for Manchester United, meaning it was an away stadium for him at the time. On now being able to call it home, he said, "It will definitely feel completely different. Camp Nou has always been one of my favorite stadiums, and I've always wanted to play here." But playing here in a Barcelona shirt is, of course, a completely different feeling. I don't know exactly how it will feel afterward, but I'm really excited and I'm definitely going to enjoy it," he added. Speaking about the experience of training at the venue and how the team felt during the session, Rashford said, "It was good. We didn't have an intense training session today because we're still in the recovery phase after the previous match and preparing for the next one. But, as I said, it was a perfect opportunity for the fans to feel more connected to us as players, and those moments are really special," he added. Finally, the summer signing spoke about the special connection he felt with the fans that evening. "I was very happy that they were able to come and watch our training. It was a first for us as well, so it was a shared experience between us and them." Joan Garcia returned to training with the first team at Spotify Camp Nou after recovering from an injury. Garcia was warmly applauded as he stepped onto the field, marking a decisive step in his comeback. In recent weeks, he had been ramping up individual training sessions at the Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper, focusing on regaining strength and confidence to return fully to matches. Today's session at Camp Nou marked the first time he could truly feel part of the team again. Before his setback, Garcia had started the season brilliantly, conceding only 5 goals in the first 7 official matches. Unfortunately, a minor tear in the medial meniscus of his left knee disrupted his rhythm, keeping him off the pitch for 6 weeks. We hope Joan Garcia will rejoin the team for the first match after the international break. He is progressing very well, and his performance has been excellent, said Hansi Flick. Flick's comments make it clear that the club intends to handle Garcia's recovery with caution. Although it wasn't an official match, returning to the stadium after such a long wait made the occasion truly special. It was also an exciting day for the 23,000 fans who filled the stands to see Hansi Flick and his team in action at the newly renovated Spotify Camp Nou. Despite the festive atmosphere, the stadium's reopening caused some inevitable setbacks. On the very first day, the gates were opened to the public. 3 VIP seats were broken after a few fans, caught up in the excitement, climbed on them to get a better view of the event. While fan enthusiasm is understandable, damaging stadium infrastructure, especially on reopening day, is regrettable. The incident quickly made headlines across Spain, and even rival fans took to social media to mock the situation. We have to understand that players operate at a pace we, who aren't there, can't fully grasp, said Tebas, after presenting La Liga's plan with the autonomous communities to prevent and combat bullying. But he emphasized that he hopes this doesn't happen again. In the vast majority of La Liga games, there are no fights, and that's what we need to focus on, Tebas added. Indeed, the Clasico ended in monumental chaos. Referee Soto Grado sent off Real Madrid's Ukrainian goalkeeper, Andriy Lunin, following a confrontation with Barcelona players. He also issued 6 yellow cards amid the clashes between the benches. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo and Eder Militão were cautioned for Real Madrid, while Fermín, Balde and Ferran Torres received warnings for Barca. At the end of the match, Carvajal sparked a controversial moment, criticized even by Barcelona's former president, who questioned, "Who does he think he is?" for acting that way against Lamine Yamal. If you're excited to play at the new Spotify Camp Nou, don't forget to leave a like.